Hi guys, welcome to today's video. And today we are going to be solving yet another SQL easy problem. And for today's problem, I have picked a very popular platform amongst coders, which is Leetcode. And from there, we are going to be solving SQL easy problem. We will try to learn how to solve those kind of problems strategically and methodically for our future purposes. And before jumping into the problem, those of you who don't know me, this is Ankita and welcome to Data Couple. Here we try to solve all kinds of data related queries and try to learn different kinds of tools and technologies related to data field. So if you are new to SQL or if you just love solving SQL questions, this is the video for you. If you like such content, please give the video a like. It will mean a lot to us. And okay then, let us jump to the problem. Let's start the problem. So this is the problem name is called article views, and this is part of Leetcode and this is part of the SQL 50 challenge. So we have a table called views and the columns of those table is article ID, author ID, viewer ID and view date. And this is the data types of the column. Now what is written here is that there is no primary key column with unique values for this table and the table may have duplicate rows. So we have the information that the table does have duplicate rows. Each row of this table indicates that some viewer viewed an article on some date. Okay, that's fair enough. And then note that equal author ID and viewer ID indicate the same person. Okay, fine. So basically it's something like, let's say you are an employee of an organization. So it's pretty basic that each employee will have their own unique employee ID and that won't be repeated, and that's what it's meant by that here. So anyone who is viewing the articles, they have a particular viewer ID, whereas anyone who's writing the articles, they have article ID, author ID, sorry. So we have to write a solution to find all the authors who have viewed at least one of their own articles. So that means we have to find out the authors who have visited the articles written by themselves. So okay, I think the problem is pretty clear and it should be easy to solve only. But let us go through the input table once. So we have article IDs here, which is integer, author ID is also integer, view ID is an integer and view date is an integer. Now just to understand and think about it structurally, so we are just asked to provide only the author IDs who have visited their own article. Now if you look at the table a little bit in a closer way, let me zoom in. So you are able to see that author ID 3, viewer ID 5 has visited an article, that's article ID 1, which is written by third author, right? Similarly, viewer ID is 6, who has visited the same article written by third author, or author ID 3. But viewer ID 7 has visited an article 2 where the author ID is also 7. So that means the viewer, this is a particular row, these are the particular rows that we want, or the records that we want as an output, where the viewer ID and the author ID is same. So that means the same person has written and also visited the article. We are not told to be bothered about the date, so this column is not of any help in our case. So this is one such record that we want as an output. Similarly, let's say I'm able to see this is another record we want as an output, and let's say this is another record we want as an output, right? So I hope the problem is clear to you guys, and let us go and solve the problem. But I will highly recommend for you to pause if you want to solve for yourself, and then later want to kind of understand if your solving approach and my solving approach is similar or not. You can happily pause the video here, and then again after you have the logic with you can start it back. Okay, so for those of you who want to solve it with me, let us start. So what is the output column that we need? We need just the IDs of the authors, right? So it's pretty understandable. So in select command, we will just have author ID. We can just write the author ID as ID, right? We want to find all the authors, so definitely it will be author ID, and the alias would be ID because you're seeing in the output the column name is written as ID. So we are providing that, and there's only one table, so from will always be views. And then here what we will do, we will see where author ID is equals to viewer ID, right? This ideally should solve the problem, and that's what we need. But are we missing something here? Are you able to understand? We are just asked to get us the authors who have visited their own articles. If I write this query, will there be some problem? Yes, there will be, because if you see in this input table, there are two rows where the same viewer and author basically visited the same article in same date, probably in different time. We are not given the information about the time, so we can't say for sure. But since there are duplicated rows, we have to pick out only the distinct author IDs in this case. So we will add that in here, distinct author ID as ID from views where author ID equals to viewer ID. So order it by author ID in an ascending order. So that's fine. We don't have to specifically specify ascending. So that's it, and submit it. Let's see. Yes, so it's accepted. This is a good enough solution, so you can try that and try to solve it. Alright, so that was it for today's video. So that's how we solved the problem. It's easy enough, and I think this is a pretty good way of solving this problem. But in case you do not agree with me and you have some other way to solve this problem, let me know in the comment section below. I would be very eager to know those solutions as well. And in case if you like the content, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. That will definitely mean a lot to us. Alright, so we will see you in the next video. Take care.